we are back answering your questions on the child tax credit with Scott Braddock Financial, and Ryan Dodson from Liberty Tax Services. All right, Scott, this person is saying, hey, did Congress pass the bill to continue this into next year?
Well, the quick answer there is no. However, it doesn't mean that there hasn't been a lot of support for that measure. A lot of folks are talking about the potential of that continuing into next year. However, nothing has been put into place or is not attempting to be passed at this time.
All right, Ryan, this person says, what if I haven't filed my 2020 taxes? Is that what the whole holdup is for the child tax credit?
Well, right now, the IRS is sending out the advanced child tax credit based off of your 2019 tax return. I do not recommend anybody waiting, beyond the extension period to file their tax return. So I do suggest you filing your 2020 as soon as you possibly can. However, at the end of the day, your eligibility on this advanced child tax credit is going to be based off your 2021 income tax return. So 2021 is going to dictate it when you file it.
Okay. So here's the question. Why would some people want to unenroll? You still have a chance to unenroll for December. Why would some people want to unenroll, Scott?
Well, sure. There's some folks that realize that their situation has changed this year. And so the quick fix there is to go ahead and unenroll so they don't end up owing that money back. So it alleviates that anxiety that might come along with owing money. The other reason that I've seen is some folks are used to receiving a larger refund after they file their taxes, and they simply are used to that. They enjoy it, and they have plans on how to use that money as a lump sum refund.
Okay. This person just kind of texted in. It's kind of a little bit long, but basically what happens is the husband draws disability, Social Security, and they haven't gotten any of the child tax credit payments. They went online and filed out a non-filer's tool form. But so far they have not seen that. Is there anything else that they can do?
No, that's the main thing that I would know that they should do, Tanya, is go online and file that form to let them know. Look, at worst case, if they do not receive it during the advance payments period right now, when they will be able to file a tax return in 2021, and they'll receive it then.
Yeah, even if they're non-filers, they should file again, right, in 2021 so that they can get that tax credit.
Correct. Even though they're not otherwise required to file a tax return. However, if they go in and do file a tax return, they will become eligible for it.
All right, speaking of money that you're eligible for when you file a tax return, let's dip into that third stimulus, because some people emailed me just this week, Scott, and said, hey, I still didn't get that third stimulus payment. They should be able to get that.
Right, they should be able to get that. They just need to make sure that they claim that. Just like the enhanced tax credit for those that didn't receive those payments, they need to include that on their taxes to make sure that they don't miss out on that third payment. As long as they qualified for it, they're entitled to it. There are a variety of reasons why they may not have received that check. One that I've run into is folks didn't update their banking account information, and so the money just went to the wrong bank account, or it was just kind of out there somewhere because of the poor banking information. So we can include this on our taxes when we file, and we can still receive that third stimulus.
All right. This person is asking, how do you stop someone who's filing my child as their child getting the tax credit when I let them file my child years ago because I was not working?
Okay. All right. So in a case like that, when you go through and they file their tax return for 2021 and they claim that child on their tax return, yes, they will get the credit, even though they haven't been receiving any child tax credit payments, right now. And that's part of the risk when others have, Social Security numbers and been filing folks on their tax return. But however, like I said, when you do file a tax return for this upcoming year, you'll be able to get the child tax credit then.
All right, and I guess it depends on who files first, right? If they're both claiming the child, it should be interesting.
Yeah. Yes, it's always who gets in there first, and if someone gets in there beforehand, you can't and claims a child, and you can't claim it on your tax return. You can file a tax return via paper and claim it that direction. It will take a while, and there'll be more information to fill out with the IRS, but you'll get the child eventually. All
right, this person says, my child is in college, but we still claim them. Why don't we get a payment? Well, that's because they're too old, right, Scott?
Well, that's right. If they're over the age of 17, right, they're not entitled to this enhanced credit. There is a special $500 credit that they, non-refundable credit that they would be entitled to if they're a college student from ages 18 to 24.
All right, and this person got a credit for September and August, but now their profile says pending eligible, and I haven't seen any other payments. It could be because the IRS looked at their tax return.
Absolutely could be the case. They could have taken a look at their 2020 tax return when it was filed, if it was just filed recently, and said, oh, well, wait a second here, we don't think you're going to qualify for any of the advance payments, so we're going to hold off.
All right, and again, if you're owed that money, then you'll collect the rest of it when you file your taxes for your 2021 taxes. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We appreciate it. If you missed any of this, you can find it in the Who Wants to Know section.